Make sure to stay tuned at the end of this lesson for a free screen photo color sheet. This is Kaylan, Kaylan, known as the YouTube star Professor Cygnus. In this episode, we will be speaking about the layers of our operation that you may not have known. First, when you look at a person, you only see into which is external. But there are unseen things that you may be unaware of. Let's go through those unseen things. There are both internal and external unseen things about our body. Just by looking at the anatomy here. Come closer so you can see. Inside of our body, we have the human anatomy. Wow, that sure does look a lot different from when you just look at a person. This is the unseen things about our operation. We have the brain, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, the ears, the lungs, the heart, the diaphragm, the esophagus, stomach, spleen. Duodenum. Connected to the duodenum goes the pancreas, making the enzyme mix to the duodenum. From the duodenum goes the liver. The gallbladder cyst duct to the duodenum. From the duodenum goes the small intestine. From the small intestine goes the large intestine out to the exit. Do not forget the appendix. We have the brain and the eyes that connects to the brain through the optic nerve and the optic chiasm. We have the cochlear inside of the ear. And remember to tune in to my educational sing-along song of the Human Anatomy song with your free screen photo puzzles on the Human Anatomy song that you can search on my YouTube channel. There is so many neural networks that happens from your intestinal regions to your gastrointestinal fields to your brain at a constant. There are layers of a person, and we like to put these in 3 categories: the mind, the spirit, and the body. Usually the subconscious is not the one that is able to do certain things, such as operate the gastrointestinal fields. That is in the operation. We have the mind, the spirit, and the body. Those are in 3 categories. So now we will go through another unseen operational detail that you do not see, but yet you can know. But our brain is very capable to see in something called bioluminescent. And if you had activated your bioluminescent glow vision, which you can, it is a vision that is in the capability of the brain, you would see this blue glow around a person, and that is called bioluminescent glow. And everyone has a bioluminescent glow that surrounds them. Now, before we get to the next part of this lesson, we're going to go into the importance of the understanding of magnetic fields. When you understand a magnet, you see both negative and positive sides. And I say grounding instead of negative because I do not believe in negativity being something that is needed. So we say grounding and positive. And with magnets, as you know, it can create a circuit. And with the planet and something, this is in our unseen processing, and you will see that in just a moment. But first you must understand the earth. So we're going to look up in the sky to see the Earth and the sun. So as you can see, the Earth is 93 million miles away from the super hot sun. And when the sun creates a burst of UV rays and huge sunspots that push out radiation, the Earth activates something called the magnetic fields. And those magnetic fields can protect the planet from those super powerful UV rays and radiation. We're going to speak about how the body, our sacred temple, has magnetic fields. That is correct. We also have magnetic field senses, like the planet Earth, that has the magnetic fields to protect against the sun. Our body has magnetic fields, but yet can be for different reasons. So our magnetic fields can actually go pretty far, but not too far. I would say about the normal range for a magnetic field of a person is about 5 to 10 feet. But usually not any bigger than 10 feet. But this is unseen, so we're not able to see this. Now with bioluminescent glow only is practically in your bubble, not far. Bioluminescent glow usually does not reach as far as the magnetic fields. The magnetic fields go out further than the bioluminescent glow. Now we will speak about what happens when a person comes around. So say that you had someone around you. How does your magnetic fields How would your magnetic fields be if someone was around you? Now, this is a very, very interesting question. And if you was around another person and their magnetic fields were activated, and one moment while coloring this illustration that took me a long time, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe because I never got this lesson before, but I would appreciate anyone who would appreciate a good teacher. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe. So with the south and the north of the magnetic fields, that is colored red, and while the top is colored blue, similar to the magnetic fields of the Earth. And so as you can see, the magnetic fields are sending out these wavelengths. And look at this. Looks like these two magnetic fields are intertwining. So we're going to talk about what can happen during the time of the magnetic fields intertwining. As you all could see, the kidney glands that have the adrenal glands is shown on the image, as you can see. So what can happen when a magnetic field is intertwined is there's actually, quote, quote, secret communications going on. As we said, there's three: mind, spirit, and body. So during the time of you being around someone, there is a side of a person. Everyone has different sides of them. And while one side could just be speaking slowly, the other side could be speaking through magnetic fields. And these magnetic fields could hold all kinds of communications. Giving an example. say that individual 1 found interest in individual 2, or individual 2 found interest in individual 1. So what would happen is this individual 2 wants to let individual know that there is some interest. So a way of doing that is helping to produce something called adrenal fluids, which is the adrenaline rush that you can get when you get nervous. So part of what can happen here, individual 2 wants to tell the other side of the individual that there is some interest. So what individual 2 would do with the magnetic field communications would say, activate your adrenal glands, have an adrenaline rush. I want to let you know that I'm interested. And so that is what the magnetic fields would say. But see, the other side of a person would be completely unaware. Like, whoa, why am I having an immediate adrenaline rush around this person? Well, it could be that the magnetic field communications are happening in a secret way that you do not know. Because remember, everyone has different sides of them. Now here is where it can get very interesting. This is where magnetic field communications get seriously interesting. Say that individual 1 was sick, was terribly sick, and individual 2 already had overcame that sickness. We can give, like in the example, say that, so individual 2 had a cancer of some sort at one point. And individual 2 tried different strategies within the body to know how to fight that sickness off. And we have cells in our body called memory cells. And those memory cells will fight sickness off and then memorize what strategy had worked to fight that sickness off and how to fight that sickness off. And so once you fight a sickness off, that's how you will know how to fight that sickness off from then on forward. So next time you would get that sickness, you would be able to get rid of it faster. In the example of vaccines. Vaccines are an incredible example of why we need to do that, because once our body gets a small dosage of a sickness, which is what a vaccine is defined as a dead or weak cell of that sickness, so that our body can recognize that and know how to fight it off. And that way that strategy will be memorized in something called a memory cell. Well, say the individual 1 did not get a vaccine, but individual 2 knew how to fight this particular sickness off. And the memory cells inside of the body knows the certain strategy of how to fight the sickness off. Here's where magnetic field communications become very interesting. Say that individual 1 was completely unaware of how to fight a particular sickness off. That is when individual 2 already knows how to fight the sickness off and would send the communications through the secret communications of magnetic fields. And then individual 1 would then receive the information of how to fight the sickness off. And magnetic fields can be very detailed. Those kinds of communications can be very small details of data, of information, of how to do things. In the example, so in this fact, how to say this fact a little more, say that there was a person that was very, very sick. And there was a person who already fought that same sickness off. If they just intertwine their magnetic field, send the communications to the other individual, then that other individual could try the same exact strategy of fighting the sickness off and can get rid of it easier and faster and better. Remember, some things are irreversible, so it's important that these kinds of communications happen. Now, some people's magnetic fields is stronger than others. So the next question that you may have is, how do I strengthen my magnetic fields? How do I strengthen my bioluminescent glow? So remember that bioluminescent glow is not the same as the magnetic fields. If you want to strengthen your bioluminescent glow, it's producing a better energy. That's it. It seems simple, but it's not. Okay, proper dieting is majorly important. Getting exercise every single day is very important. Meditating and exercising your mind, embracing your talents. That is a part of what can strengthen your bioluminescent glow. And then you ask, well, how do I strengthen my magnetic fields? Is it the same? The answer is no. Because magnetic fields is a different kind of processing than bioluminescent glow. So then you possibly wonder, how can you strengthen your magnetic fields? And the answer is practice makes perfect. If you practice and you exercise your magnetic fields, then you can strengthen your magnetic fields. But there is some people that are born with a stronger ability than others, to which is not seen, but yet unseen. And this is the episode about hidden abilities in our operation that you may not have known before. Make sure to give a like, share, and subscribe if I completely changed your life with this incredible wisdom that I earned over the years. If anybody would like to donate, I would appreciate anyone who would love to contribute to a wonderful teacher. Also, you can donate in the link in the description below, which leads to the Cygnus industry, which leads to the GoFundMe campaign. And what I would need to do is to create a water system due to the fact that I do not have access to water, and I would appreciate any contribution that would be given, and also the nonprofit organization for the animal sanctuary, to which is continuing to be built, by the way, and I would appreciate any supporters. So make sure to look in the link in the description below to see the Cygnus industry and the GoFundMe campaign. Stay healthy and invest wisely. Bye for now. Until next time. Make sure to take a screen photo by pressing the power button and the down button at the same time. You can print this out and color this and share with all of your friends. And if you would like to donate, that would make an incredible difference. The link is in the description below.